Hello. Welcome back to Xonotic. It is 2025. We are going into January for 2025, the first month of the year, and the records have gone mental. I did not delete the downloads of the videos for the last 3 months, and from the end of XUWC, October, November, December, the file size for all 3 months of those for the folders was 13.3 gigabytes. This month, 13.4 gigabytes. So more records, not quite triple the amount, but triple in file size. So longer records. And yeah, fantastic grinding. So who have we got? Astu got 43 world records, Frosty with 42, Vert with 29, then Amino, Gibbs, Shinx, Riffo, Amnesia, Straight, Woe, Cool, Mac, JH2, Kabla, Jonah, Mui, then Jonah, Rayona, Uchi, Akaboli, Klein, Malice, Plaza, Banano, Dez, Inside Nature, Killer, L1, Radio, and Woot got some other records. Over on the stats side of things, I'm on the wrong page, 276 total records, 236 videos. I think that's actually more now. I added a few. 179 unique maps and 31 unique players getting records in January. I took a month off, so it's going to be interesting to see what happened. So many records have been sent to me and advised for me to look at them. So we have got a very long time of taking a look at all of the best records at the top. So it might just be, because this is going to be, we're back to multi-day recordings now. This might just be the ones that have been recommended to me, and maybe the new month ones. But a lot of the new month ones are actually just got put up as recommended tracks because the records are already really good. People have been getting on and grinding. RR has basically become RTG again. It's never hitting 20 minutes. It's always getting extends. RTG is getting big extends. I need to get back to grinding because I want to get into the top 50 this year. I'm currently 73rd. Yeah. Let's take a look at the top 20 though. On Hardcore Parkour, Riffo's still at the top. No change until you get down to Amino, who has jumped over Jaska for 6th and 7th place. Akamali and Rohuga go up 1 place, with Op3 losing a place. Every else the same. Ambi goes up a place, V's goes down a place. And yeah, not much movement in the HP side of things, but been a pretty good month for good records on that side of things. You'll see Amino's coming in a bit. And surprised that Cool lost points, but hey, you never know what happened elsewhere in random maps I wasn't paying attention to. Vert, absolutely smashing it, moves up 3 places. Goblin Source stay the same right up there at the top. Gaining points this month though, as more people lose to their records. Rogue, Dizzy is Pot Hunter, and Cool go down 1 place to the almighty Vert. Woe stays the same. Astu moving up 2 places, overtaking Mui and Zad. JH Nero are staying the same. Shinx is up 3 places, with TQ and Nature going down. Solar Enjoyer / Frosty is up into the top 20, 12 places gained, 16th place. Absolutely mad grind from him. Deadfast loses 2 places because of that. Gibbs is up 6 places, Straight stays the same though, and Sulphur is down 3 places, nearly getting knocked out of the top 20. We'll see if he returns. I've seen a few things for him, but over time, but he's not come back proper for over a year. Yeah, so that's how it stands. That's how things stand that's at the end of this month. I don't know. That's what's happened at the end of February. Yeah, it is still going into February because that's the points from 30 days. So anyway, yeah. That's as it stands on the 1st of February. Now the records. So there's a few records we're going to talk about and we're going to look at. I'm going to tell you why they've been recommended to me and a few. Yeah. So, Q Portal Black. Your first record from Amino. There's a few Q Portals we're going to watch. We're going to watch Q Portal Black, which has a back and forth between Amino and Cool. I need to search for things. Q Portal Black. So all 3 records getting rendered because they were set a few days apart, because this is a proper grind to get this one. But it is a mad, difficult B-hoppy type track. Amino sent me this one and said, cool, made him work for it. Getting the first record here on the 10th, the next one set on the 12th, and then the 16th for the final record in the 3 that we have got here. All getting, yeah, so this one's Cools. Knocking 2nd and a half, nearly, through this. Which just... It's one of those tracks I really can't tell you much about because I haven't played it. Maybe by the 3rd one I'll understand what the track is about. We shall see. That's got to be a difficult drop down though. This is a HP one as well. As you can probably tell by the section just here. This is a hardcore parkour section. And it is a section of the longer Q Portal, which is the reason we're going to go through all these. So this fight was recommended to me. This is a 0.32 improvement by Amino. So the big gain's definitely gone. Since it took a, you know, definitely, as he said, Cool made him work for this. And it's only a tiny improvement. But it's a great run. Just bumping walls where you need to, making sure you've got the right speed to get across everything. You can tell by how happy he is by the end there. So that's Q Portal Black. We now move on to Amino hitting Q Portal Orange, which is a longer section of Q Portal that he got. And he... You nerd. I swear he only recommends it because he's done it backwards. But apparently, so the reason this has been recommended is... I mean, Amino's happy with the record, but also because it should show us something about the Q Portal full run. That's really difficult to get past. Although it'd probably be alright with my setup, and I bet Amino has probably turned on cell shaded outlines, which this config doesn't have. We need to do something about the config. It's missing so many things. I might ask Morrow to send me the config and then sort something out that looks the same but has the new features like speed splits would be nice and stuff like that turned on. One fail there. I'm not sure if this map was rebuilt because that feels like it should have been... No, that would be a velocity pad, wouldn't it? Because there's no way you're overbouncing that. Very nice. Yeah, hard, very hard world record on that one. I'm going through them because then there's Q Portal Blue. Q Portal... Ooh! Q Portal Blue does not exist on my spreadsheet, so it must have been done in Feb. There are going to be a couple of records here from February 1st. But it meant not missing an entire week of January. And 3 records people had recommended from the final week of January, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And here is the Q Portal run. The full run, 4.5 minutes-ish. All the way through the blue that we've just seen. Into the orange, that is a very hard world record indeed. And then through black. I'm not sure which order they're in actually, because I haven't seen this one. Hey Mackie. We are starting off on blue. Here's green, not seeing that. Depending how long this is, there's either 1 or 2 more. I did search for any more sectioned records. And couldn't find any for like Q Portal Green or anything because I wanted to watch all of them. So they hadn't been set this month is all that means. Ooh, that's a really nice bit of mapping there. That's a stunning bit of mapping with the tiny, like 4 pixel edge. Ooh, I might have to do something like that. I sort of already have, but it didn't work. I tried to use something like that to stop people wall slicking, but it doesn't work on 2 sides because broken game. No face cam, only world records. This is a great texture set as well. No, I don't have the little PNG avatar. I hate these so much. I don't understand how Amino has so much control over the character. It's magic to me how he manages to have so much control over the character. Now, does he do this bit backwards? Because in the Q Portal Orange section he did. I just don't know. No, not a new computer. I just never set it up for this. I've got a different scene collection for the world records and stuff. Because there's like 7 or 8 scenes just for the world records. And this is what I use for XDWC as well. I just have a different, like, this is capturing MPV media player. And I've got another one that's captures the game, and then the main like intro screen is the same. I've just got a copy with XWC set up on it. Yeah, the control Amino has over the character is just mad. I mean, I'd be playing this section like it was a Pokemon Ice level. Yeah, the entire part is ice. So you've got to not fall off the edge. You can accelerate brilliantly with W, but you go really fast, like 320 units. It's going to take you like a quarter of a second to fall off the edge there, from one side to the other. Same problem as... Ooh, going... So do you not... Okay, yeah, now going for the slightly longer route instead of cutting. Interesting, you can duck under there and still get the bounce up, so it must be a bounce pad rather than a velocity pad. I thought it was a velocity pad which put you at the same height that you fell from. You know, they just reverse your velocity, which is the same height that you fall from. Yeah. The final section being the Q Portal Black. Grinding to get this, but also you're kind of earning consistency. Oh, definitely going the safe route there. We saw some absolute mega little gaps, but you're earning the safety of coming through here and doing this fast. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful run right there. What have we got here? We have Jonah. So Jonah has once again quit Xonotic for a little bit. Got 3 world records this week. A Kota race map, one of my favourites. Just kind of a normal map, really. It's just pad map, but you've got to collect keys, so you can't take a short. It almost stops you from taking a shortcut in one space. The only really weird bit is this corridor. But yeah, Jonah taking another break from the game. Will be missed, but nice to see that he managed to get a world record on the way out. Very, very good one at that. This record's been beaten quite a few times, so it's definitely a pretty solid record, and a 2-minute improvement on previous time to get that world record. Ah, what happened there? Okay, we're watching 2 Kota race records from Jonah. They are a different time, I've just checked. Let's have a look. Kota 20. So Jonah took it, then Amino took it with a 40-27. Then this is a 40-26 that Jonah took later that day, with literal like time zone gaps between the two of them taking it. Then Amino ties it with a 40-26, somehow getting a mention. I didn't think ties did get a mention. Hold on a minute, what did that just say? Penalty used a cheat. Interesting. Then Amino gets a 21 and Jonah takes it back with a 40.03. I don't think we have this one. Right click that? I don't know. There was a way to get the playlist up. Thought there was. Yeah. It's a nice run from Amino. When was that one set? Oh, he should have got the 40.03. So Jonah does have that record. Whether the video is on or not, or potentially I missed it when getting this, because this was a terrible thing to have to reorganise, so I'm going to do it differently next month. Sorry. That'll be why. So this record took precedence. Unfortunately, Jonah's 40.03 did not survive long enough, apparently, to be rendered. Which sucks, but it's a great record, nonetheless. Ariana gets a good record here. Shame Jonah's record doesn't last, but no record lasts forever. Sometimes it's better to have them taken quicker. Those facing different direction things, they do show up less when you're playing. For anyone confused how the hell they know what's going on, there's a little bit of it's worse because lag. Woe made a map called Woe Cool in response to Cool Woe. It is an absolutely insane first map with some ridiculous routing where there's a beautiful reuse here where you have to go back on yourself, but because of forced checkpoints in Xonotic, it works perfectly. Perfect spacing in a wall ride, and then coming up here, getting as much speed as you can from the slick to fling yourself across the rest of the map and be able to take that shortcut. Then people just try to maintain as much speed. Oh my god, I haven't seen this one. It's an absolutely incredible map. Yeah, it's 58 seconds here, but it's like a 2.5 minute map to anyone else, and he doesn't even strafe into the line just to show off. Madness. Foots track, a new track by Foots. Yeah, this one's new this month. I believe Cool Wow is as well, or it might have just poked into December as a new track. Wow, this is mad. I hadn't seen this one. I did see when Foots uploaded it. It's technically... There was sort of discussion, is it HP or RR? And the answer is it's HP. Because, yes, there's a noob route, but the noob route's like 3 minutes. And the fast route is well over a minute. It should be... You know, like RR is a minute at most. You know it's a long track when someone's a second and a half behind in their world record. But they've got to make up that time. Absolutely beautiful though. This is an incredible looking track. You forget you're playing such an old game when people build like this. Even without the skybox, even with sky off, that would still look phenomenal. Just Jump 3, apparently this record is absolutely cracked. Gibbs has no intention of going for the entire thing though, apparently. But we'll see what happens, because that's what everybody says. when they start playing these segmented parts. That was beautiful. As little speed loss as possible coming through there. Still ever so slightly behind the previous record. This can't be too much, but potentially was just going for... Oh, that's beautiful. So much speed gained off of that last corner. And here, straight into the finish. 0.17 off of the time. 17 milliseconds. Absolutely beautiful. This record apparently is absolutely mad. 0 up, strafe run 3. Riffo strafing. Your internet's still terrible if you're still here, Riffo? Is that why you're strafing? That's mad, that last cut. Just straight into the finish. Oh, that's this track. So this track was recommended to me just because apparently the cuts are insane, and this track I have tried so... That's mad. Miles away from that. Is the best I've ever seen. Miles away from getting that. Just... It's pure knowing you can do it and having to commit to the grind to do it that gets the sub 30 on that one. Mad. This is a battle. We have this and then 2 takes the record back, but this was apparently a big battle between them. But it doesn't show up too much in the records list because it was done at the same time. But it was back and forth in the chat logs. This is an absolutely mad map. But I think mainly we see this as Wasp Nest Rocket. Mad. Or possibly an all slick. Oh yeah, battle very much ongoing. The record was set on the 28th, the final record. But these were all set. 21st, this one was, I think. Yeah, this was the 21st. Then the 27th, there was 4 records. And that's just what we can see in, like, the match ended, the map ended. Which on Hardcore Parkour, like this is, that's 4 hours if it just automatically ends, unless someone votes it off. Ooh, beautiful rocket stack. I think the last time I remember seeing that, the rocket stack was tried but missed. Or was, you know, weak. But that was absolutely bob on. Which has got to be difficult to practice. Being so far at the end of this track. And Ambi's on taking a go at it. Might be where she got a few extra points and moved up the ladder ever so slightly. Another long track where early losses can be very well regained and you just kind of continue with a lot more runs. A second and a half behind and we've already brought it back 2 checkpoints later to point 2. So, just different type of grind on these longer tracks. I think I prefer it though. I mean, I do want to go for top 50 RR, but something on HP might not be the worst idea. I've got a decent basis of points on HP because I do alright in XDWC. It's where a lot of points lie. But also the hardest to get the world record on. Hey Tempest. Beautiful record. So that's the that's 10 seconds in difference basically. Yeah. Mad. Made in China. A strafe map for a slick map for straight. Big gaps. Big sends. Madness. So many HP maps as well this month recommended, which is brilliant. There was like a big thing about this track and whether you could shortcut it. I think the finish is like up in the air, or it's just really difficult or something. And step ups and stuff. I'm not sure. I was told to just stick that record in. Talk. Apparently also a very, very clean... Oh, that was clean. Yeah. Gibbs has such a nice strafing style. Warsaw does kind of encourage you to be very clean with your strafes. I think a lot of the Warsowers, once they kind of get the hang of circle jumps especially, from XWC, they had very clean, and most of them look like absolutely dead ahead as well, which is rare. Q3 is either look incredibly down or incredibly straight up, and I'm included in that. I basically stare at the floor the whole time. So the exact opposite thing that anyone recommends you do for anything. If you're riding a bike, don't just stare at your front wheel. If you're running, don't look at the tips of your shoes. And here we are. VP Untitled U is the first new track for this month. So that is the end of the recommended tracks, and we are now into the new tracks. And yeah, Frosty took a pretty good command over the VP Untitled's end of last month and beginning of this month, which is pretty good. These ones were like the tail end of last month still. But yeah, they didn't quite get the video uploads. So we are dealing with a couple of February runs and a couple of December runs at the start because of late uploads, but I didn't really mind because of the awards show. It was going to drag anyway. Of course, it's slick if straight's on it. Oh, just send it and catch the corner of the finish. Don't even actually go to the finish, just catch the corner of it. JH is back. Very technical strafe, this. Nicely done. Quite a long map, this. This on XTF map /7. Yes, this is on RR still. So this is probably one of the longest RR kind of maps. I wonder if this can go... Maybe it can go sub-minute. It'd be like maxed to go under a minute, I think. Nicely done though. Nicely done. Maps that only Amino wants to play. Most of the tracks that get seen here are like the new tracks that are uploaded early in the month or from the month before will have multiple records on them, because people will set a decent record and then but it won't be unbeatable, and then especially once the video comes out, if there's any sort of trick to it, particularly for RR records that got first played like in 20 minutes on RR, if there's a big batch upload, it tends to be people don't vote to extend, they just want to play every record. slow descent, this one. Can't remember what the plan is here. Oh, actually to turn around. Madness. I don't know why I said can't remember what the plan is. This is a new track. And then version number 2. Because, you know, if you didn't have enough Torture Dick, here's Torture Dick 2. Ooh, but Nano's been going for this one. And has a much faster start. Wow, that's some catch up. 0.7 just in hard strafe across there. Which means Banano was strafing and got across it clean, because that's definitely not a stop and start. But God, that's a mad improvement over Banano's run. But if you can get Banano's start and then do that, there's at least second and a half in it. This map looks absolutely mad. I did see this while I was compiling the list. Didn't watch the entire record, but looking at it, it's just 5.25 minutes. Oh, I've got no idea. I have got no idea. Because he said to me before, the reason he plays things like this on HP is because he's not good enough to play RR and get records. And then you take a record off of Cool on like Q Portal Black or something like that. That is a pure strafe map. It's too hard to put on RR, but it's the same skill, you know. In terms of to get a world record, you have to be fast enough. In fact, it's probably harder to get a world record because the first record, just finishing it, is already going to be a pretty decent run on something like Q Portal Black. Only a 40-second map, but it's got to be pretty good. Oh, brutal. Like, you just lost an entire section of progress. This does seem to me slightly better than I can't remember the name of it, but there's one that's just a spiral. It's the same thing again and again and again. And Amino and Malice swaps the record on it, and someone else did as well. I can't remember who it was. But Amino, Malice, and someone else swaps the record on this absolute... Oh, it might have been Op 3. It's an absolutely terrible circle map where you're like just turning and turning and turning. Yeah, anything that you're not good at is a trash map. I wouldn't even have the patience to build this. And like all you're doing is copy pasting, and then when you decide you've done enough that you want to change, and by the looks of things all these are the same width apart, so you'd be able to just set your block spacing and move one block one width of like 128 units or whatever this is set to. Actually the pads are probably 128. Go on, beat it. It's beatable. We've already seen a fall. We have already seen a fall. You might need to bring out the live split speedrun timer if you want splits, and just have to like press a button to do that. For some reason, in some time between 2016 when I played Minecraft parkour speedrun maps last, and last year when I picked them up again, people stopped having actual checkpoints. It used to be that you'd run over the line, you'd run over a checkpoint button on the floor, pressure plate, that's it. Run over a checkpoint pressure plate, and it would spit out your time in the chat to that checkpoint. And now you don't get that. You can still check your time because they're almost always in the sidebar. If you're on a server, then they'll be in the tab menu, but you can generally see your time. But then you have to remember it and think about it, and that's a lot of work. Wow. Just make sure you've got that little backwards tap because he noticed he was going too fast there. You need like 570 is going to throw you off by the end of it. 555 seemed to be absolutely spot on. Nobody told the gambling regulator though. Well, not gambling, smoking. But I just simply don't have like the patience and the strength of mind to finish these tracks, because sometimes I'll feel like, oh, maybe I do have the strength of mind, and I'll go on them and I'll fall off and it won't take long before I decide, nah, this just isn't for me. But then there's times, yeah, he knows exactly where he's got to try and get to by just pressing slight bits of strafe and slight bits of backwards. Absolutely mad. Yeah, and then other times I'm like, do you know what? I just have to think about failing, and I realise it's not for me. At least this one's short, you know? As much as it's super difficult and all of that, and you've got to know exactly where to go, and some of these are blind jumps. Not sure if they will be on this. You can kind of, you know, you're jumping behind stuff, but you at least know where you're going. Are we allowed to call those jumps behind stuff Neos, or is that only allowed in Minecraft? Yeah, Amino gets a lot of HP records just for being the only person who wants to do them. But I think also, at least he does... wait, is this a... Did he fail and restart? Or it's a multi-route thing, you've got to do the start multiple times. Makes sense. That's quite cool. Yeah, get the checkpoint and you restart at the start. Yeah, he at least feels like he has to beat any maps that he recommends. Which other people have recommended maps and then never beaten them before. Which, you know. It's alright if it's a super duper difficult map, but sometimes it's like just beat any map you recommend, or make sure it gets beaten. I've recommended a couple of RR maps that I might not have beaten before. I think I've beat all the ones that I've recommended though. But even if not, like, enough people have, because none of them were hard. Which reminds me, I need to actually compile and release my latest creation that I made last year, and then was like, oh, I'll release it for December. No. I'll release it in January then, and it'll be on the January records. It won't matter. No. I'll release it at some point. Like, it's done. I just need to compile it with lighting and upload it. I think so. This map was kind of obviously Christmas inspired. I think there's a New Year's Eve mapping contest coming up. Because I remember there being 2... Oh, apparently there's a maximum character limit on map names. Because this one is Rico Long 1 fixed routes _ alpha _ no cuts _ some, you know. It's got a ridiculously long name. But at least you don't have to cut huge corners right out of the start gate now. And you do have to play at least 80% of the map, because I'm pretty sure this is still cut. But yeah, not the greatest of grinds. Cool E-grind number 1. Next up on the chopping block. Smooth and clean. And cool E-grind number 2. Because cool just kind of drops into a map editor and comes out with 3 insane maps in the space of time that it's taken you to open the map editor and draw a box. And well sets records on them in less time than it takes me to open the game. And Xonotic's on an SSD. That's absolutely mad. That drop down at the middle, just perfect. Amino made a map. Amino pads. Big gaps. You'd hope he's able to beat this one pretty cleanly. Yeah, those directional glitches after you come out of a warp zone don't look terrible when you're actually in game. Even if you're on high ping, which is good because Amino's on 250-ish, I think. Something around there. Rather high. Rather high. It looks like there's some safety nets built into this map, like earlier landings and stuff like that, but I don't think there actually is, because after every single one of them, it then looks like an absolutely enormous gap to the next thing. Oh, that's a cool finishing pattern. The floor of that finish. Might have to steal that texture. VP Cool Pink. Really technical start. Slowly widens, and then we're out into the full room. VP does now know about Xonotic's lack of skimming, so hopefully there shouldn't be any issues with that too often anymore. Beautiful. Beautiful grind. HGB NYE 4. This is what I think was a New Year's Eve mapping thing. Rogue taking this record. Ooh, nice catch of the down ramp. Don't want to catch too much of it because you obviously don't want to get a ramp bug. And then, yeah, this is why I think it's a mapping contest, because this one's New Year's Day. But maybe not, maybe people just had some time. Ooh, very nicely done there, not going over to the other side, just keeping it on the one side. I feel like most spacing should be able to do that cut. Oh, that's so... The poles after the corner, you've got to just remember which order they're in. Which is so harsh. Stairs too big to comfortably get up. Good. Nice bit of pole dancing there from us too. And straight through the finish. Well, that's a nice track. That is a nice track. I'm going to be calling everything track and map because I've been playing Trackmania for the last month. Is that smoothed edges? Is that actually smoothed? I assume it is actually. It's Qubit. Who knows how to make a map? Weird map. But speed mapping contests also often have weird things. Just a pure strafe pads. Looks pretty though. Very nice skybox. Yes. A very long track. Demug 100 haste. Still in the new tracks. Love the cel shaded outlines. Very Warsawy. And Plaza, a name we don't often see in these record videos. Taking high priority. But this isn't the first record. There were multiple runs on this, just to be clear. There were multiple runs. Let me grab my thing and then log 100 haste. So Riona set a time of something 531.47 seconds. Divide that by 60 in your own head. Then Amino took it 7 seconds faster. 2 took it 9 seconds faster than that. Then Plaza did a 482.92 and then a 469.36. So a nice 69 on this record here. 7 minutes, 49 seconds, 36 milliseconds. Or 36 hundredths. Yeah, 36 hundredths of a second. Not 36 milliseconds, 360 milliseconds. This is a mad record though, and you can tell that it's not the sort of just chucked it on record as well. Because there's no massive wall hits, there's not been any getting stuck. We're 2.5 minutes in and it's fairly fluid and fast. There's obviously like big optimizations. I mean, you're 4 seconds behind your own record, 6 seconds behind 2, but you know, major slowdowns, major fall downs. You can tell that there's been a bit of back and forth. The first record was set by Riona on the 12th, then Amino on the 16th. 2 on the 20th, Plaza took it back on the 20th again, and then a day later on the 21st took this record that we see before us. And Riona and Amino have videos, but 2's never lasted long enough. It only lasted 11 hours according to the spreadsheet before Plaza took the first, and then 24 hours later Plaza improved. I do love the outline, the wall outline, like the blue cel shading. outline on this track. Absolutely beautiful. When you pop out into a big room with a lot of things in it. Oh, that's absolutely stunning. That's knowledge of the track here. Like, Plaza absolutely remembers the route and isn't sort of sight reading at this point. Which is bonkers to think for a track that came out this month that has this long, has 5 records. You know, it's easy to find time save. It's hard to pull off time save without creating your own time save. And sometimes you accidentally create your own time save so big it eclipses the time save that you were able to take back. There, Izzy. Oh, nicely done. Take a drink. Good gap up there. I might have to give this track a go. I think I'm going to call it once we get to the end of the new tracks section. Yeah, when all the new tracks are completed, I might call this recording session. I mean, we're 42 tracks in already. And where does it actually end? It ends at 50 tracks. There are 50 good... What was the first? So the first... So there were 20 recommended tracks, and then 30 new tracks that weren't recommended this month, including this one and 8 more. Absolute madness, but it has been brilliant to watch. It's going to be a long month. Although we're quite a chunk of the way through it, actually. These will be the longer records, it seems, because the total length of this is about 2.5 hours. Is the total length of the videos. But yeah. Downloading them this month was a lot easier because I've just got an upgraded internet router box. I was using a powerline adapter from like 15 years ago, and yeah, it had maximum speed of 20 megabytes a second, or megabits a second. Our internet's only 80 megabits a second, but still, when you're plugged in, it would have actually... There were many times where I thought, you know what, it would actually be better for me to go on Wi-Fi, because powerline adapters are basically using Wi-Fi anyway. It's not a direct plug, it's slightly lower latency than actual Wi-Fi, but it's not plugged in latency. But I never ended up doing it. It would have been better to just buy a better powerline adapter, to be fair, as well. That was the other thing. They're about the same price. But now we have better Wi-Fi, because my mum's been complaining the Wi-Fi doesn't quite reach her room for 2 years. And so yeah, we've got some Wi-Fi extending boxes, and they have fixed that problem and nicely improved mine. Only 0.84 on 2's record. Wow, so 2 took the record before Plaza managed to take it back. Insane back and forth on that one. Kota here, having said that they want to make some more serious maps, has made this map, Kota Rocket, and a couple of Kota Simple strafe maps, which are very good as well. Fairly simple maps, but honestly I prefer the craziness of Kota Race. Alice SL slick, and that means we see straight on it. Just hopping about. Ooh, nice. It's quite impressive how straight does with the like those points where slick starts and stops, and you kind of cut going into the air as well. That's risky. Some of this is going to be just hoping that you don't slick bug, because not all of this is perfectly flat. But yeah, the bits where you're kind of just slicking, you don't need to jump over the holes, you're just going fast enough to get over them anyway. Those bits are very impressive how straight does it, because he's able to not lose speed by trying to kind of turn as hard as you would with slick in the air, but also able to make the adjustments needed while on the ground to gain speed and change direction without just bonking walls. Absolutely beautifully done. Great run there. GNJ Green by Astu. I like this texturing as well. I really like just this sort of, I don't know, there's something about the way that this sort of thing looks to me. Really clean, really nice, but I would hate for the world to look like this. But when it's in games, it's like, ooh yeah. GNJ Red from Frosty. Nicely done. These are those maps that look like they could absolutely be World Cup standards. Smashing. HGB ship map. I think I've played this one in Quake. No, I haven't played this one. I was going to say I think I've played this one in Quake 3, but the start's just similar to one of the other HGBs. But it is not the same. Dockyard. I was on while this was being played, but I was on testing other stuff, not actually playing. I don't think I was on when it actually the record got broken though, I don't think so. If I was just AFK. Is the skybox just a flat blue texture? These maps just remind me of when I used to play everything in Pikmip, especially this looks very similar to the way that certain outdoor sections for like Monstrosity, Xonotic map Monstrosity, looks a lot like some of the outdoor sections from Monstrosity if you're playing it with a high Pikmip level, which flattens the textures like this. This is how Des sees the world, by the way. Every map looks like this to Des. Just no texture, just completely flat. Flatter than my chest. Only Vano. There is a whole Vano that the record doesn't seem to have been uploaded. I can't find it. So maybe next month. Because of course I do love the Vano maps. Oh, this is a 6-minute map. Do love the Vano maps as a Minecraft parkourer in my spare time. When I'm wanting to play Xonotic but bored of grinding, basically. Although unfortunately it did sort of replace some of playing HP, and I never ended up playing HP because if I wanted to do a challenging type thing I'd just play one of these. SketchUp. Oh yeah, was owned by Google, and now you get told off if you call it Google SketchUp. As my dad found out, because the people from SketchUp he works at a uni, and they were at his uni. And he was like, "Oh, you're with Google SketchUp." I'm like, "No, we're not Google anymore. Separate." Ah, right. I think they're very much want it to be known that they are not a Google product, which is probably a good thing. You know, people have reasons to not use Google, but people who have reasons to use Google are not going to have a reason to not use something that's no longer Google. Trimble, nice. It's a great name. Proper startup name. The best thing about startup names is that they don't last very long, so you can just reuse them after every couple of years. And no one will know. And as long as it's not the exact same product, you just go, "Oh no, we've never heard of those." And you totally just nicked their name. Change the logo a bit, no one will notice. Speaking of logos, the British Continental, which is a news site about British cycling, domestic cycling. I'm not quite sure it's called British Continental, because British Continental means the people that have gone to the continent, to mainland Europe, to ply their trade. But yeah, British Continental stopped being sponsored by Lacole and partnered with them. And their logo on the top of their page looks really weird without the Lacole logo, because their logo looks incredibly similar to the Lacole logo. So it just looked supernatural, and I didn't realise that the Lacole logo was there. I saw the bit that said powered by Lacole, but I'd never really twigged it until it's got removed now that it said powered by Lacole and had the Lacole clothing brand logo on it. It just fits so well. That was a good sponsorship, because like all they did was put, "Ooh, that's a bad fall." How far back is? Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, all they did was put the logo on each of the things, and then had a link to Lacole. And Lacole makes alright kit. And they don't charge the fucking earth. Like, some brands are absolutely ridiculous with how much they charge. Lacole's is expensive, but it's performance. There's other brands that I just can't be bothered to. No, not again. See, I'd give up at this point. I'd reset. And that's my weak mindset. I would completely reset, and then I'd fail something earlier, and I'd slowly but surely fail earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. And that happens especially a lot in Trackmania, because sometimes, either rightly or wrongly, you think you need to do a certain section cleanly without... Oh no! Without stopping and without respawning, or, you know, you need the speed from the previous section to make it around the next section. And sometimes you do, and sometimes you kind of do, and sometimes you don't. And sometimes I reset too early when I could just back up and, you know, drive back a little bit and gain a little bit more speed, and it'd be fine. And then just generally do the section better. Come on, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. Because if this isn't it, then he spent half the time on this one section, which is absolutely brutal. But yeah, some cycling brands produce average kit at exorbitant prices. And then here I am, last year I bought... Oh shit, it was the year before. The year before last, I bought 15 jerseys off of eBay, all listed as mediums, for like 14 quid delivered, second hand. All listed as mediums. One of them was a quote-unquote medium, that did not fit even the smallest people that I know. One of them was so large it didn't fit some of the bigger people that I know. One of them was just really awkwardly sized. Like, it was for someone who is really, really tall, has really broad shoulders, but no waist. Like, full on hourglass figure. And it wasn't women's kit, that one. The really, really small ones were women's kit. Then there's the extra small that I fit into, that was just a random extra small and a bunch of mediums. That was quite funny. One of the mediumist sized ones, and it was an extra small. But yeah, that was my kit for a bit, although I have now got slightly better kit because of sales and a couple of companies going bankrupt. That's tough. How would you even do that in Minecraft? Because all of these Vano maps are from some Minecraft build, but it's difficult to figure out where they come from sometimes. And the final one for this recording session, VD. This map should have a fog layer on it to make it kind of you can't see the whole map. And you wouldn't be, it might be difficult now actually without the fog layer, because Amino posted a few pictures of the fog layer and it's really close. You might not be able to see the corner cut on that S-bend. Like, you'd probably struggle to see kind of all the way to the back from here to the back. You'd struggle, I think, with the fog layer. But I'm not sure how it'd look against the background. I haven't played on it. So there we go, 50 tracks out of the 260. We are going to take a break and come back on the recording. Hopefully the jump doesn't scare you too much, and I'll see you in a second. And back into it. So yeah, 51. Here's the first record of the regular old month. I think I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. I have a folder somewhere. So these are still records from December for a little bit. Well, I think we got nearly a week of records in December that were not able to be uploaded because of the Christmas period, of holidays and people being away. Very nice run there. Some of these we'll see duplicates of, because the new maps that hadn't been uploaded last month, I just wrote them into this month. If I just keep going until I get to the ones that haven't been uploaded yet. But there should be some good records. A lot of Asdu really pushing a lot of records, but I'm not quite sure about where his overall ranking is. Let's take a look. Because I'm trying to push for 50. I want 50. I'm doing a very bad job of it. I've literally done 2 grinding sessions in the year. But we'll get there. So he's 7th at the minute. He's gained a place in the last 30 days. He's also gained a place in the last 7 days, so he might not have gained a place overall. But he's overtaken Woe now. Now has to chase down Cool. But I think he's definitely above the point where with 800 maps he's got to go back to like the best maps and improve times rather than just playing whatever. And Asdu cleans up on new maps as well quite often, so gets a lot of record videos and you see him around a lot of records, but then if they get beaten, if not enough people have played them with high ranks to be able to give them good points. But the position I'm in at the minute is I can't give a map high points by playing it, so I don't lose too much by playing badly on a map, whereas some of these other players can actually give points to me because if they play badly. This section's mad. You just like try to avoid ramp bugs. Oh, that's clean. That is nice. It's going to be a little bit scary now. Apparently Riffo's back to playing the sort of maps that he normally plays, the more technical weaponry maps, because he's really improved his raw strafe and slick ability. So he's probably going to be able to go even faster, because we've seen points in his rocket runs where, compared to other people, he's taking a slowdown by not pushing so hard in the slick. But yeah, be very interesting to see how that pans out. Maybe we'll get to see it here actually. This is a rocket and strafe map. I think. Or does the rocket never get taken away? No, it's not. Never mind. It just had a tiny bit of strafe at the start, which you couldn't really read anything from. I thought it had a few, like, give and takes. I just want to say, this map is so good looking. Ash Remington. All of the Ash Remingtons. They are absolutely stunning maps. Beautifully done. I thought he was going to clip the step there. Although he was slower than someone's playing on an offline account there. Oh, this map. This map is so difficult to get through there. That's mad. It looks... It's one of those maps where you either don't do it clean and it looks whatever, or if you do it clean they all look the same, and I suppose probably unless you really slow it down. Oh nice, he goes straight for like section 1. We're falling off now. Amazing. JH has been absolutely dominating this. I think he's taken the medal quite a few times. So yeah, JH number 1. Oh, Amnesia took it off of him with a few seconds in three runs. Second, first. Amnesia over a few days. I thought JH had done it more than that. I was sure we'd seen him. Oh well. Ooh, RDK 28. Good map. I enjoy this one. Apparently this run was set a year ago. 2023. Okay. There might be some stuck records that have just got released. I mean, how does Mora even still have the demo files for this? Especially after that thing where the server ran out of... yeah, before... the end of the year, I think, last year? Maybe very beginning of this year. The server just ran out of space. Too many demos, too many files. A backup had gone bad as well. The storage just ran out of space and the servers died. So how we still got these old runs to get through? Mad. It's still the world record though, so I won't worry about it too much. I thought I had a decent time on this, but apparently I don't have. No, I've not got a decent time, and I played it well over 2 years, year and a half ago now. Actually, to be fair, a year and a half ago, that probably was a decent time, being about 30 seconds off the world record. Yeah, this is a tricky map to space out. You have to figure out exactly where to fling yourself so that you get that double jump across the lava. Then take as little as possible and get right on that. Wide, 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 so you can take a shallow angle off of this straight onto the slick. And yeah, beautifully done. Beautifully done. That was so smooth. So smooth through the turns. Riffle on pad strafe. Nicely done. Nicely done. I remember this map, it's very frustrating. Even not trying to do the skips, there's a few quite frustrating bits of spacing. Like just there, just before the end, you miss that bit of that hole just before the end, you literally fall down on the start. You don't die, because you're back in real, but you fall down on the start, there's nothing stopping you. I love the overall on this. This is going to be so crispy clean. I remember playing this not long after I first saw it, when I was first starting to do these records, and I did this overall and got a really nice time. But I've never been able to get that bit to work. Never quite managed to get over the wall with enough speed to keep it and send me all the way. It's very impressive. This map is all about remembering which of the slick pads are actually slick and hoping that you don't ramp bug. Because if you watch the slick detector, so the strafe HUD will turn blue when you're on slick, and you'll see that it didn't go blue for like most of those blue floors, which are supposed to be slick, but in conversion from Quake 3 to Xonotic, it got broke. Wait, what? What? No. No, 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 no. He's managed to escape spawn and do a pre-run. I thought, what the hell? This looks so weird. He zoomed in. Normally, you'd pre-fire a rocket out of spawn, but he's managed to escape the box just there. And yeah, you pre-fire to about here. Oh my. We don't get to see how he escaped spawn, but also that ruins this map for me. I had a decent time on it. But 15.99 fair fucks. Fair fucks to that. What was the... Hold on. Go back one. Strafers Quickie. Strafers underscore. It should be there. Strafers. It's gone. Okay, I think it's Strafers Quickie 2 Wep. Yeah, the map name. Mad though. Great record. Just looking, where's my record? I'm 14th on it. Is that a year ago? Jesus. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Surely not. Saying early 2023? No way. No, I reckon, unless time has absolutely just disappeared. I remember setting a record on that. Either that or a map extremely similar to that in last year. Just before going cycling, I think I literally sat down to do like 4 runs in my cycling kit. It's like, done it. I'm off. I gotta go cycling. And the date on that wouldn't have been a cycling Tuesday evening. It wouldn't have been on before 9 o'clock start on a Saturday. Fuck that. You could get so much more speed by being able to just go a little bit more to the down ramp. But it's probably quite a big speed difference you need on that one. This is one of those runs that looks off. Just something looks slow and... I don't know. But it's definitely fast. It's definitely a good run. I'm trying to work out why it all looks so... you know, janky and like it wasn't prepared and it doesn't quite make it. Is that record again? Apparently. Heading backwards, are we? No. Yeah, we saw this. Sure we did. Yeah, Streffer's Quickie, they're cool. Okay, they got double uploaded, that's fine. It would have been quicker to just watch the thing, but oh well. I need to play this map. It looks so cool, but it is so much remembering where you're going after each of these walls, because you can't see the other side. So nice. So well done as well. This map has some craziness to it. I mean, for one, that's a huge jump. But that little flick there is absolutely mad. And then that last patch isn't slick. Not that I think you'd even want to slick it, I think. Because you better just strafing rather than trying to attach to the slick at the speed you're going. And it's so close to the end that this extra speed out of a proper like AD slick wouldn't make any difference. Nicely done. Nicely done. Just kept it clean and tight through the final corner. Ooh, nice. Off the border. That turns super difficult to take. In fact, quite a lot of these are. And then running in pipes is always hard. This one. Get up there, slick, fling yourself, but not fall in the lava. Very nice. Beautiful one. It's a slick map, of course it's straight. If only there was a full slick leaderboard, I'm sure that they'd be on top. And considering I'm hoping to put together a full slick map for next XDWC. If Goblin plays again. Hey Kota. Okay, this looks less... Yeah, that last run, a little bit just off. This looks a lot smoother. I'm going to eat my words if this is actually the same run. I've just thought it might be duplicated again. It does, like... yeah, it is the same fucking run. Bonk the wall on the side. Why did the last one look just slightly off? It is the exact same run. Oh well. Turns out I'm stupid. Fair enough. Although it is now difficult to figure out which Ash Remington we're on because of the names being cut off. Ash Remington 0 is... could be 01, 02, 03, 04, you know. Beautiful move there. So close to be able to get in on that. If you could get straight to the slick, Oh, that's mad. Absolutely mad. Yeah, these Ash Rivingtons could easily be XUWC maps. Very easily. And people are playing them as if they're, you know, really worth something. Yeah, Ash maps. Oh, I'm just going to make literally 10 maps. And they're all going to be XWC or near XWC quality. And release them at the same time. And since they've been released, every single month there has been multiple records on multiple of them. I don't know if any have gone spare, but yeah, there's been lots of records across the board on the Remingtons. Hyper precision on the bottom there. Catch the flat up pro rather than eating it. Nicely done. Alberto, the slap man. This map comes up surprisingly often. I always think it's maxed, but I think it's one of those where it's got mistakes, always. But also, I don't know. It's a weird map. I love the textures that we use for TimCon. Cool maps. Here we go. Rainbow Road. In slick. No checkpoints, so you can do whatever you like. The hardest part is remembering what you plan on doing. Even crazier, if you want to watch this on Riffo's channel, Riffo's YouTube channel. Back when he was a Warsaw playing Slick God. This is mad in Warsaw. Because of their ability to turn around 180 without losing speed. So you could go back and forth on one section and get absolutely mad speed to then do a shortcut. So if you didn't have enough speed, you'd just go back and forth and get more speed. And here, Cool now has to gain more speed again. Riffo just did a 180, did the floor bounce, sent it in the other direction, and then flicked it all the way up to the next section. It's a different map, because like even there you wouldn't turn around in Warsaw, you'd just go too far and ping back because you'd keep the speed. I do need to properly play Warsaw strafes. I've logged on a couple of times since XWC when I said, but it's always been some absolutely bonkers map I can't even figure out how to get out of spawn on or something. And I'm just like, give me a, like, 2-minute strafe map. Give me something just standard and boring and let me just wiggle me mouse. A great run. What's it beat the old by? Have a look. SRPK5. So beats Riffo's run by under a second, but but both of those take out Clasp's run by a minute. Oh, not a minute, 30 seconds. And Banana in 4th, just behind Clasps. Any plans to regain your world record, Banana? Gibbs is insane. I think Gibbs is going to run quite high up in ranking. 18th at the minute. Could be tough if he doesn't want to play the maps that give ranking. I think that's where Ashton's got the same problem. Ooh, sorry. But Asju does have the slight improvement of only wanting to play strafe maps, which always have decent points. But yeah, my plan for gaining points is just to play every map that comes up and grind it and grind it and grind it. Because if other people are grinding, I'll get good points off of the back of that. If there's like 2 or 3 of the top 20, there should be good points on the map for me. The problem will be probably if I want to push past the top 50, then I'm going to have to pick specific maps that have high points value and play. And it does sort of suck because a world record is not worth a lot in a lot of maps. And, you know, instead you're going to get the most points out of one of the most played maps in the game. And like 20th or something, you know, 20th, 30th. Oh, that's mad. Going on the side, I haven't seen that, I don't think. That was slab shooter games. Akimoli here to ruin your day on rockets. Big speed. Yeah, I need to push myself to get back into XDF. I need to push myself to get back into grinding, to be honest. Because I say every week with these weekly shorts I've been doing for Trackmania. I'm like, oh, I'll grind them this week, and then I never do. Because if I'm gonna grind, I tend to play Trackmania 2 campaign. I think there's been a lot of people pushing each other to like push records, and every time I have been on or looking or check, there's 2 or 3 people really pushing a map, and quite often neither of them want to give it up. Like, you'll see quite a lot that when someone crosses the line this month, they've been taking the record off of someone else, like by a tiny amount. Like Shinx on a map a little bit ago, it was Shinx over Asju by 0.4, I think, 0.04. And on those ones, you can see that people are pushing each other and they don't want anyone else to gain. I was playing Gotta Go Fast, I think the map is. The one where it finishes in Sonic and you got to cut a bunch of corners and it's got a terrible pre-run. And the map just wouldn't end because Frosty, Asju and maybe Shinx. Oh, anything with the BFG is mad. Because in Quake 3, you really stick to the roof with the BFG if you're going fast enough. In Xonotic, you have to make yourself stick to the roof, and it's very easy to flick off. But yeah, it's just been a case, I think, of people pushing each other to push the record. Instead of, if there's only one person online, you'll get the record, and you'll go, yeah, cool, got the record. You know, and you won't push it anymore. Whereas someone else will come in and go, oh, I could probably beat that. And now they've got not only their PB to beat, but also the record. You know, it's something I found quite difficult a little while ago, because I don't want to compare myself to other people, because that really sucks. But you kind of always have to look and go, can I beat the next person? Can I gain and place? Or can I break the next second barrier? Cool's been playing these super long tech strafe maps that Asju's been, not Asju, Amino's been dominant on. But yeah, it's kind of that back and forth pushing. It's happened before. I mean, I've seen it in Trackmania many times over the time that I've been following the world records for many years. You'll have a record that goes dormant for ages, and then there's something that makes someone play the record. And it happened kind of mid last year. No one had played, like there wasn't too much of a push on rally maps. And then all of a sudden, there was a big push on rally maps. And all these records get broken. Because the general skill of the player base has improved. But just nobody was really pushing it. And all it took was a fight on one map where someone had the world record, got beaten, didn't want to get beaten, but then you've re-practiced the skill. It's the same thing, we've kind of had it with Dizzy being so dominant for so long. Whereas now there's enough players that it's not just Dizzy being dominant, and it will with Dizzy not playing as well. But we also don't have anyone who's particularly dominant, because we have people who are dominant on styles. Like Straight will win any full slick map. But then you've got some like different players and different favourite things, and who's good at weapons and who's good at this type of weapon. And sometimes it's just a case of there's so many maps in this game and you don't have to play them all, which is quite nice. Because if you want to be number one in Trackmania, the overall rankings, you have to play every track. And you particularly have to be good at the early tracks, because more players means more points in their system. It's not a great system. Play AO1 and get a ridiculous score on AO1 and you'll be fine. But here, there are maps that you have to play, but there's enough maps You do have, you know, overall you do have to have a certain style, and it's mostly strafe. But you can get points everywhere, and you can get world records in every map. And the more people play, the other thing is that some of the rocket maps, and there's some more simpler rocket maps, but also some of the more technical strafe maps have been getting quite high points, because a lot of people have been playing them. It gives them points. It doesn't matter that they've not pushed it. As long as a couple of people are pushing it at the top, more players means more points in general. You know, higher player scores with more points. So if me or you play a map, it does give points to that map, even if we do a terrible time, because we're reasonably highly rated. Like, I'm talking anyone in the top 100 can kind of influence a map. You need a few of them. You know, it's not going to make any difference if one of us extra plays it. But yeah.
Visions of you.
The problem we've got at the minute is that Goblin is at the top of the rankings board, and he has less than 150 maps played. Vert somehow only has 215 maps, which is insane to me. But he did tend to hunt HP at one point, and then he started playing offline recently. Well, not offline, but accountless. Stone Run R7. Nice map. It's been very good though, seeing the improvement in player base. Hopefully we can continue to see it improve over time as well. I'm not sure where things are going to go with Momentum mod coming out. I certainly want to play Momentum mod, but Xonotic also just has a different vibe. And I think I can achieve a lot of the things I want to achieve in playing Momentum mod without touching DeFrag as well. Or without really pushing DeFrag. Just kind of play it whenever it pops up. And then potentially completely drop ever bothering to play Quake 3 outside of tournaments would be the one, because I'd then have Momentum mod as the main thing. But I can't play on CS Surf servers because Source is a bit bad for me. It's just, I can't read anything. That the screen needs fixing. It used to be a problem with TF2, then they did the 64-bit update and it fixed it. You need to do that with CSS if it's to work for me, unfortunately. It'd be interesting to see how much Momentum mod takes over and whether that can happen before 1.0. I doubt it, because world record history will be wiped, but it'll be interesting. I don't know.
Oh man, you need some headphones, bro.
This map sucks because of that jump there. Yeah, there's one. So he took the record from Asdu by 001. 0.01. I hate the drop at the start of this map. Yeah. So that would have been a push back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I wouldn't be surprised if they ground that map for longer after that ended, but nobody could take the record. Interesting that Asdu was so far behind WHT there, but I think he's doing a completely different route where he needs more speed from the start. And then he takes it by a second. Mad. Great run there. That's a really impressive run.
Oh man, you need some headphones, bro.
I can't get a proper run on this map. Like, I've got good runs, but I've had so many excellent runs go to waste to every single part of this. Hitting there, hitting here, not making that gap, eating this corner, you know, just things where you just have to go faster or you're going too fast, or you went too wide in the last corner and you've got to adjust and stuff like that. Whoa, giving it a good push. Yeah, the fact that we're getting more and more records that are, or more and more maps that are worth playing for good records because more people are playing them and grinding them. So it makes them very valuable records. That means that it becomes less difficult to gain points because it's your best, you know, effectively all your points come from your best 75 maps, but you can still contribute to other maps having more value. It's a difficult to understand system. I think I understand it. In general, the simple thing you need to understand is your best 75 maps in terms of points, and that more played maps will give more points. So yeah, but also at this point it kind of just becomes a case of, unless you're right at the top, play every map hard. If you're enjoying it, extend. And take pride in top 10s as well, and stuff like that when you get them. Even if they're not super heavily played maps, it's still worth it. The depth of the Xonotic DeFraggers over time is incredible. The fact that, you know, I can top 20 XDWC, but then there's maps where I struggle to get a top 50 on because every good player ever has played them. And people like V's and Donald are still up there with records and with top 10s and like good times. Sub 3 minutes on Here and Go Crazy Strafe. Or Here and Go Crazy Slick, innit? This map's so long. It's absolutely mad. Paul's been playing a lot of the longer maps recently. Know what's up with that. It's nice to see records on the longer maps because they're the ones you can really study the fights on. The shorter maps tend to be more difficult to study the fights on. Nicely done. I'd have completely missed that that was a thing. Check a time on something actually. These runs are really relaxing. Sometimes I just watch them and forget that I'm supposed to be entertaining. It's just too much relaxingness. Why did everything look so big at the start of that? Maybe I just haven't played with a Mega Erebus model in a little while. Woe's been watching too many Malice demos. Doing CTF crouching round corners. Come on, flick off. There we go. There we go. TV Lee with 51 faster than Woe though? Who on earth is that? With stats off. Remember, if you want world records, if you want your rankings to be shown, you will have to enable stats inside of Xonotic. It is just a stat ranking thing for oh, nicely done. That's way better than Amnesia's drop down. Yeah, it will literally just show your playtime. You can turn off name. It will show your name for XDF, but if you want it to be on thingy, stats.xonotic.org, you can have it. You know when someone's stuck a waypoint at the start that there's going to be some sort of pre-run. They've found the exact start point and popped a thing there. Who is TV Lee? Who's been playing an offline account and setting mad times? We'll probably never know. Frosty on Wocool. Nice. It's such a good track. Very plus plus plus. Chasing down Shiro. Oh, what a turn! Yeah, you could be happy with that one. That was a brilliant final turn, going from pretty much minus a 12 to plus. This map just looks mad every time I see it. Because it's another one of those maps where you do it kinda clean and it will look the same as fully clean unless you really study exactly where someone's landing and exactly how fast they're going, and you'll realise that you're basically eating every up ramp. And that your strafing sucks. These were the first walk-ups I played, I think, Cool PM. As do cranking it as always with these 20-30 second maps. Big PB. Ooh, a retake on Bull Strafe. We saw Asju take this one a little bit ago. Now Woe taking it back. Beautifully done. This sort of map is so difficult because you can't watch the world record and figure out what you're going to do. You just have to figure out your own line that works and hope. This is well worth watching in Quake 3 because it's so different, the way that the BFG sticks you to things compared to Xonotic. I was too good at Slick. What? But of course, Frosty dominates the ice. So how do we end up here? Oh, not using the Hagar. So I've always used the Hagar. I think it might just be spacing. Frosty can get across without having to stop strafing and look down. Whereas I need just a little one. This is the crazy map we saw earlier from Riffo with the start cut, but this time no start cut. Just strafe. Very nicely done. Okay, we're going to roll through to the next run. Hopefully the music doesn't jump me too badly. See in a second. Right, hopefully that didn't flashbang you too badly. Let's go with Dinny Run 2. Crazy pre-run start on this one, like it's an intended pre-run start, which is really annoying. 22 flat. It's pretty good on this. It's a dodgy map. Ooh, nice wall strafe. Nice wall strafe. I'm on the right one, yeah. Go on, get him. Hey, we got the overtake. Nicely done. That's a really well built slick map that wall slicking doesn't make sense. Oh, here we go. The big rockets. I have had an answer, by the way, from why the name got shortened. It was the Rico blah 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 fixed, definitely not broken, underscore alpha underscore, you know, all that v1.jpg. It was crashing because it was too many characters, so Mara just, you know, semi-arbitrarily set 15 characters. I think with just like a quick look at making sure that some of the maps, but just missed how many maps actually get screwed over by it. And quite a lot of them, like that Strafers Quickie one and the Ash Remingtons, where 15 characters just cuts off the type of map it is. So we've now got 25. We're not sure where it breaks, but it's less than 25. And 25 should be alright for anything pre-silliness. It also means I know the longest file name that I will give any of my maps. It's 25 characters. All the Dinny runs. .222. Can we take 0.08 off of this? And get it down to a 222.22. Thank you. Where do you go round? Checkpoint. Checkpoint taken. As do, why'd you go round? There's no checkpoint there. Why'd you go round? I know why you do it like on the record we saw before, Shinx. I know why that one's done. That one's done because it's the pre-run. So you might as well. But why? Unless there's like complete death if you go over the top of it is the only thing I can think of. That like you'd lose every bit of speed and it's better for some reason to keep speed. Even though you're like gonna take gotta be 8 seconds going round. Don't know. I mean I've seen it before. But usually you go wide to get speed. And with that one, you do exit the speed, so it's not completely wrong. Like on a mountain bike track, you might have a really technical section after a fast section, and it's okay to take the inside line slowly because you won't exit with any speed, but it's alright because the next section you'd have to slam your brakes on anyway. So it's better to go through that section slower and scrub your speed off. Take the longer route. Not the greatest ramp up, but probably the best option that he had there. Titty pretty much face on, rather than trying to adjust. Nicely done there to get both down ramps. Nicely done. Oh yeah, there we go. Finally someone uses it. Gets the shot off. Keeps going. Keeps more speed through there, meaning drop down straight to the bottom. That's mad. That's really smooth. Some of those sections I love. Oh, that's beautiful. This run's incredible. This is a proper solid run on this map. Everything else has just been like, that's good. But this is I used all of the bits really nicely. Frosty now. I need to play this one. I want to see how hard are these strafe pads, because you can go around the outside obviously, but that's going to take you way longer. But how hard is it if you just play raw strafe pads? Because the other thing with this just being at the start raw strafe pads, it means that there's going to be a lot of assuming that you can do this finish. That's a really cool map. I would assume that it's going to get some quite good points because of that strafing start that doesn't make much of a difference. You know, there's not much to be gained or lost because you have to go so fast to do it. Not that it's a no skill type one, but it's because you fail. If you're not good enough, you fail it. So the times at the top might be pretty close. And there's the ability to go too fast, although it looks to be spaced pretty hardcore. Like, that'd be HP for sure. There wouldn't even be a question about whether that's HP or not. If it didn't have the second route. Which is sick. Beautifully done there by Mr. Slappo himself. This is always a good map. It's a really difficult map in Xon. But it's a great map. Beautifully done. Nicely up from Rogue. Is this the one? I think this is the one with the really quite difficult end. Obviously it'll be made to look easy here, but feeling nice. Ah, no, it's not. I'm thinking of a different map. Got very... No? Oh, you don't have to go through... It's not the one where you have to go through the tunnels. The first one I was thinking of was the one that you have to jump over the house, and it's really quite difficult to get over the house. And the second one I was thinking of is the one where you start and you go through like a really tight tunnel, and it's not too bad because it's right at the start, so you haven't got enough time to gain speed, but you can definitely be going too fast to comfortably get through. I thought it's going to be way difficult on the way back, because if you wall bang on the way out, only having ran like 10 seconds, nicely done. Cool taking a record on a cool map. Always a fun one. I've now been told that the confusion over who TV Lou was is cool. Playing fake Nick and account off, which makes sense. I'm not quite sure why I blanked so hard on it being cool. Yeah, plays account off, which means that the record doesn't go through. If like it shows on the server, but it doesn't go through to the website. Did you just phase into the ground there? Where did the gun go? Foot spunker slick. Is this the one with the really weird finish? Where you have to... Yeah, it is. So those lights in the centre, they're not slick. So you have to like dodge them. It's one of the disadvantages of how Quake 3 does slick, is that you would have to create a shader for the lights to be slick, and so sometimes those sort of things get lopped off. I think it was done on purpose to make them a bit more technical. Whereas with Xonotic... Sorry. With Xonotic you just started with the whole thing being slick and non-transparent. And just solid. Four breaker. Always confusing which way you need to go around on this map, and then somehow people get the record again and again and again. And obviously it goes to straight. The slick god. Very nicely done. That map feels like a battle map, or, you know, a B-hop type map for some reason to me, because of the way that you kind of climb up. Oh, beautiful. This is a strange map because it's actually built, its NR is next run. So this map's actually built for Xonotic. but it was built for the old balance of the Hagar, which had an easier way of just climbing straight up in the air. So it's fun that it still works and that it's actually faster now because the sideways boost is more powerful for when you get up. But it's harder because you have to, the old Hagar would just climb you straight up in the air. This is a map I've got a pretty good time on, I think. Like, I think I've got a pretty good time on this map. It's probably not anymore, it's probably like 50th or something, but a long time ago I was happy with my time. CPM 2, a very precise start there. You know, you sometimes have to back off if you're going to +1 on the spacing, you have to kind of back off. But beautiful. Big finish line as well. Finishes a lot earlier than you think it would. That was an insane circle jump. Well, that felt like he had a booster. Mad. Mad speed there. I'm not sure if my brain just broke or what, but it felt like that was being played in fast forward. I didn't note the time of the other wooden shoes. Which one's faster? Forwards or backwards? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see if it works. Like, comment and subscribe. Does the thing glow? Does the subscribe button glow? I did think that was quite cool when they added that. But it doesn't. It only works if you do like the full like and subscribe and like, comment and subscribe. If you don't do that, if you just say like, it won't highlight the like button. Smash the subscribe button, hit the bell. Actually, don't hit the bell. If you want to, just like, this map I was grinding, this is a difficult map. You watch here, I want to see how Astu does this, and then we'll get back to memeing on YouTube. I need to get my settings closer to this because I couldn't see the white lines on the outside very well. They were much closer to the top colour, and I couldn't see that blue at all until I got right on top of it. Which also probably should be slick, but it isn't. Yeah, down here, ooh, nicely done. It's just so difficult to position, and then this bit, he just jumps it big and then he's clean to cut across, and then you don't need to really do anything. Oh, he does AD actually. I thought he would just be able to fix that by strafing left and right and just like not over strafing to the purple zone, but over strafing like more than needed. Yeah, well, great time to talk about it because we've got an 8.5, nearly 9-minute run. Yeah, so I don't have the notification thing on because it just spams you with notifications, even for like my absolute I will watch this the second it comes out channels, because all of those channels also have all of the channels that I watch, and I'll watch this as soon as it comes out, they all have the problem of sometimes I won't be interested in that thing at the time, or as it comes out there's something on that's live that I want to watch more because it's live. But there's very few channels that I would ever turn that on for. Like someone like, and a lot of them, like I would turn it on for Etho because I will watch any Etho video as soon as it comes out. But the problem is that Etho's videos can be like an hour, and then that means I need, I want to know when it comes out, but also I'm probably going to add it to my watch later and, you know, keep it in the back pocket until I've got an hour. Yeah. And I browse primarily my subscriptions anyway, so it's fine. Notifications are only needed if you're not terminally online, I think. I'm too terminally online to need that. If you do have notifications on for me, wow, that's incredible. One thing I do wish you could do on Discord is suppress at everyone and at here just for one channel. Because there's some places that I would love to be able to do that on. Like they have one channel that spams at everyone at here for like stream notifications or video uploads or something like that. And I have to mute all notifications in that channel, and normally it's fine because they've got an entire channel dedicated to notifications, but sometimes it's like, actually I'd like to just, you know, mute the at everyone at here stuff purely for well, like even just for a short amount of time, but sometimes they're in general. And I'm like, I'd like to mute out everyone out here, but I'd like to, you know, if somebody pings me or a role that I have, because I don't want at everyone announcements. It's why so many Discord servers have roles for every pingable thing. Which I think is a great way to go around it. Yeah, that's a great way to do it, but it would be nice to be able to say I don't want at everyone at here for just this one, because you can mute all notifications and you can set it to only at mentions. But what if I want my name or my roles being pinged, but I don't care about most of the at everyone's or at his? But if a specific role were to be pinged in a different thing, you know? I mean, I still remember the early days of Discord where if you had a channel set up that didn't have that had only certain permissions could see it, and then you pinged at everyone inside of that channel, a notification would go off, but there would be no notification. So you wouldn't get it on your phone, it wouldn't do a push notification because it'd error and obviously there'd be no notification. But people would get pinged. And it would just go bloop. And that's why I was on Do Not Disturb for donkey's years. Also because every server used to start off with all notifications enabled, not just at mentions. Everything would go bloop. I have 2 channels that do that. One is the admin channel for XDF. That pings me no matter what message, even if I've not been pinged, because nobody's sending messages in that channel pretty much ever. And if they do, I'd like to know about it, because it's probably something important, or in response to something I've said. Yeah. What else have I got? Oh, I've got my local cycling group, which is dead now. Might start it up this year. I'm not sure whether to do that. I kind of want to do Thursday evenings a mountain bike riding group. I'm not sure whether to tag off of the group that I go for road riding and make a group out of that, or whether to make my own from here. It doesn't really matter, because the route that I'd take would effectively just start a mile and a half further on. It'd either start at this park or the village hall down the road. So the route would be the same. You know, it'd just be, we start one bridle way further up towards town. But I'd like to do it from there, I think. I don't know. There's a bike track here, which helps. You could turn up and do laps, and then go for an off-road ride. It's just getting people who want to do it. Just need to talk to the sort of people that would do it. But with that sort of ride, you've got like long. Also meow. Yes, meow. Definitely meow. Always meow. Like you've got old people don't want to do it. Middly young people just don't cycle. Like 25 to 30. The range of people that do professional cycling, they don't cycle recreationally. Or if they do, they're just smashing it on their own, going Strava. Which I do. I do that. But like group riding is so good. Especially off-road. Because off-road, you should spend most of your time talking shit, not riding. It's a good balance to have. If you're doing an event with a time cut, the faster you ride, the more time you can spend eating sandwiches and talking shit at the stop. But then there's the balance of still being able to talk while you're riding, because otherwise you're going to lose. Yeah, pretty much everyone's nice, and I can outride any of the ones that aren't, which is good. There's basically two options. Either I'm faster than them, and I can ride away if they're being arseholes, or they're arseholes in a cycling sense and think that they should go fast, and then I can just sort of stop pedaling so hard and they disappear. It's great. But like, it's rare that people, outside of just people having terrible opinions on things because they're all old, though they can be mostly convinced through logic, it's not that bad. And a couple of them are though, like, there's the people that trust the first thing they see and refuse to change their mind ever. And then there's people, and I put myself in this sort of group for sure. The group of people who will trust whatever the latest bit of information they've been given, unless there's a really serious reason to distrust something. Which is terrible. And most of my bike equipment opinions revolve around this. That I will... And sometimes it'll just, you know, there's always justifications. So bike pedals. There was a time where I was like, road pedals suck. Then I got given the information that actually road pedals are faster because they're lower, they're more aerodynamic, they are faster. Then I got told that it actually basically just revolves around the shoe, which was my original opinion, that the only difference is the shoe. Now I've been told that the other problem, that it is basically just the shoe, because all of the power is going through the shoe. So even though a road cleat is wider than a mountain bike cleat, it doesn't offer any more stability or anything as long as your shoe is stiff enough. But then there's the fact that road shoes are produced to be really stiff, but off-road shoes are produced to possibly be able to walk, so they tend to be a bit softer, more made out of like plastics rather than carbon fibre. But none of that changed my opinion that the best shoe for me is not a road shoe. The only reason I use road shoes is because we had a pair of shoes in the shed from when my dad used to use road shoes, and the shoes and pedals were just there, and I could just chuck them on my bike and go for it and give them a go for free. If I'd even if the cleats had been worn out and I'd had to spend like a £5 on cleats, I probably wouldn't have. But I've decided that they are not for me unless I really took like professional riding seriously on the road, in which case I might. But also I'd have to justify buying better shoes, because at the minute the shoes that I've got are just as good as the shoes that are in that are at my dad's at the minute, that are road shoes. The off-road shoes I've got are just as good, because yeah, when you're only buying one pair of shoes you can spend all of the money, you don't have to half the money. And I'm a cheapskate, so I'm only spending like 30 quid on shoes anyway. They work well enough. You can glue the soles back on when they fall off, which is a classic problem because the soles of cycling shoes are so stiff. They do just rip themselves from the rest of the shoe sometimes, especially if you're walking them a lot. And you just got to go to the shoe man down the road and go, please glue my shoe back together. Although mine decided to disintegrate. I had one of them done, the left one, and now the right one's gone. So I've had to glue it back together because I don't have enough time for a big weekend ride to go and get it fixed. When I do have time after this weekend, well, I'll probably just wait till it breaks again because I just shoved general purpose adhesive, like goopy glue in. When I do have a chance to get it fixed, I will probably just swap to road cleats for like a week, or nick the flat pedals off my mountain bike and go in trainers. Shoe goo's shoe goo's great for the outside, but it wouldn't. Would it stick the sole back on? So like, the sole of a cycling shoe is a piece of plastic, like 100%. It is just a slab of moulded plastic that you then stick to the bottom of the shoe. But I don't think shoe goo would stick. It's like, shoe goo's great for, maybe it would actually, because I've seen people patch things with shoe goo. Like, so you reconstruct the missing bits. But I've also seen people take like a completely destroyed shoe, this is skateboarding, cut it up and then glue patches with shoe goo to like double protect, especially the toe box for skateboarding. So I don't know, maybe shoe goo would work. But I've got some general purpose adhesive, so that's fine at the minute. And then I'll take it to the actual shoe repair shop, because the one that failed before and that I did take to the shoe repair shop has been absolutely flawless. So I think I'll just take it to there. Because I also don't trust myself to take the thing off, because there's a plate that you screw your cleats into that needs to continue to move, and that bit, I don't trust myself to not glue that in place, but the guy from the shop, he won't. He'll glue around that very carefully, and he literally just takes the shoe, rips the sole completely off, because he's like, I'm just going to take the whole thing off and then clean it and then put it back together. Whereas I was like, even though this is still a bit wet, but it's fine. It works. It'll survive the next 100 or something miles at the very least. I'm not sprinting. It might be a problem if I was sprinting or off-roading and running. Ghost Fail 3, is this? I feel like I recognise this as a map that I should know, but I don't think so. I feel like something's happened on that map, and I should understand it. I don't know. Crouton 5. This is the one that I thought was the end. So you come through this section. I thought the other one, the No Turk, which is Crouton backwards, I thought it was this finish, but it is not. This is a good one. Through here, up the wall, 180. Bloody hell, he went high on that one. Very nicely done. If Rogue is behind on a split, does that mean that he's Rouge? Big run though, 4.5 seconds up on inside, going straight into world record. Means that he basically jumped on and set world record. Either that or doesn't know that you can clear your splits now. Pod racing. I quite like this one. I didn't understand it at first, but now I do. In Quake 3 you don't have to take checkpoints in the correct order. In Xonotic you do. But it has just all these goals. So in Quake 3 you could take a lot of different routes around that map, which is quite cool. I kind of wish it was possible to do, you know, to not do all going the same. I don't know what I'm saying. I wish it was possible to do non-ordered checkpoints in Xonotic, because then you could have really cool maps. Still have every checkpoint's required, because that's what that one will be. It'll be a kill checkpoint. So you have to take a certain amount, because otherwise checkpoints are optional in Quake 3 as well, as you don't have to take them in the correct order. They're completely optional. Oh, this is a mint map. I love this map. It's so difficult. Wow, going in the goo is faster. For the spacing to be able to get that, and then that. And if you can do that, you're an absolute heater, and you've just got to point it straight down the line into the finish. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Second half of XWC. Nobody going for the insane route then. Very fancily done. This map feels a lot longer than less than 10 seconds. I guess 10 seconds really is a long time. Here we go with Amino's run of Demug 100 haste. Nearly long enough that you've run out of haste. So after Amino was beaten by about 2.5 seconds by Riona at the end of Riona's run on the same thing, the map ended, so Riona got a video, and then Amino came back, and then Riona, and then Plaza and Amino and Riona. But I do believe at the minute that Plaza has this. Let's have a look what the... I already showed it off in the long thing, so... dim. So Riona got that record, then Amino gets this one, then 2, then Plaza, then Plaza. So we've already seen Plaza's record, and we won't see 2's record, I don't think, because there was only just over a day, so I doubt it got uploaded, but there is a chance. But I know that there's only one Plaza record, and it's the fastest of them. It's a good map though, I might give it a go. Don't think I'll be pushing for world record though, because these guys are much faster than me. They've got the world record at the minute. I might just have to put my time down. Along with all the other things that I say that I'll play, and then always forget about by the time I finish recording. I said it earlier, but I do like the blue outline across this map. Looks really good. Oh, beautiful.
Swimming in sand, take my hand, I wanna refocus. My son, my music, my impress.
Nice spacing there. It's one of those maps where you're going so fast at so many places that then turn into really tight corners like this, that your just fastest option is just to smash the wall. Because if you tried to slow down, you'd be taking more time at a slower speed and still end up having to get to whatever speed the wall spits you out at. You might as well just take the dead stop of hitting a wall. Don't want to hit too many walls though. Like that. Just the right walls. Ooh, this section. Saw Riona have trouble with this one as well. cleanly up there. Rona had to dodge around the back, so probably made up all the time lost on that little pads across the teleporter section. Unlucky. Difficult to know, you know, you can sort of tell, but sometimes I don't know where's safe to land and where's going to get you a teleporter. Because you can jump out of that hole if you were to fall into it, but I assume it's a teleporter down there. You can definitely get out of that. It's going to be tricky to do it fast, but you can do it. Dogs decided to get in on the video. I'm not sure if you could hear the dog ruin in the background. Nicely done. A clean run. An improved run, I believe, on this map. I hope so. I think the last one was 102.55. So on 5. Yes, it is. It was a 102.55, and then 2 days later, he goes and sets a 102.53. What's that, a frame faster? One frame at 60 at least. I wonder for how long people are going to use frames as the small measuring device in speedruns. I suppose it makes sense in most games. With fixed frame rates, you know, the sort of precise games you talk about, that sort of thing with is Mario and sort of console games where the frame rate is fixed. Though for some of them it could be like 1 frame, but it's actually half a frame because lag in that area, but they'll always just talk about the frame cap. I love the glow, the green glow up. Looks so good.
I feel like I fought all my life for this. This one part, this 1/3 I've always missed.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Just don't let it go. I started the fight, but now I'm losing. So
Of course it's slick, and of course it's straight. This will be cool, quick grass slick, of course. Just with the name cut off. Nicely.
oh, I can't forgive, can't forget myself. The peace that I'm missing, it kills me inside. I need help, oh please give me back. This one part, this 1/3, I'm sorry I lost it. No, I let my weapons fall. I'm drowning in the fears, and now I know that I will fall again.
A lot of longer tracks this week.
I can't stop to
A month. Parkour, but also I don't know if it's just because we noticed the longer tracks more, maybe there hasn't, but it feels like it's been more than usual. If not necessarily more than there are the shorter sort of 10-15 second tracks. Love that section. Ooh, unlucky on the finish. I know that one's already been beaten though, so that's fine. This one again, also already been beaten. New maps this month, so many of them have been played again. I was finding when I set the whole thing up that a lot of maps that are out as new maps had multiple videos on them, which is a little bit rarer these last few months. Most of them have had a record set and then haven't been played for the rest of the month. But it's good that people are going back to them the day after and the day after, and that good players as well, rather than just and good players grinding them as well. Because the first records haven't been too kind of, sometimes you see first day records and first run records, that aren't particularly good. They're just a run. I don't think we've had any of those this month. We've certainly had some where they've got better, but I don't think we've had anywhere where they've been like not great from the start, like a half-assed run. Azdu is certainly pushing. I think he could definitely go for overall #1. Fortunately, he doesn't need to play any weapon maps or slick maps to do it. Horrific pre-run on this map though. But it is a beautiful run after that horrific pre-run. Very short one, defeated very quickly. A test of patience and bravery. Oh, I knew that could be done. I don't know if that one's been done before. Astu's really good at going for the gaps that exist. Pretty much everyone can see the sorts of gaps that exist, but then Astu's able to put them into reality and also figure out which ones are worth taking and which ones can cut. You know, like that one, you have to go round because otherwise you're going to make the gap but then not be able to make the next corner. Beautiful. Akamoli. Pulling this time down a little bit further. This is a great run. There's a particularly fine bit. I think it's the transition between 2 and 3 on this. So that's the transition between 1 and 2. And it's kind of just standard. You're just going faster into section 2 than you would otherwise be. But then when we go round here, then we've got one more corner just here. This is nice. But then as you come through here, you're going way faster for 1. But it's super tight and it just feels like a really fun, nice transition between the two. Makes the map feel different compared to like just playing all 3. I'd be so tempted if I was building something like this to do a 0-speed teleporter at the start of each one. For like a 600 speed and say, yeah, you just got a really good circle jump. If I was building a combined map. That's a massive jump. That's a really, like, that looks so easy, that first jump over, but that's a huge distance. And pretty much sets up this entire rest of it being able to be faster because you don't need to double jump, to ramp jump and lose speed for a ramp jump. Is this the one with the really tricky end? No, it's not. This map was bugged one time. That's about it. Ooh, this is a good. I did have a really good run on this. Nothing close to that sort of shortcut. Actually, I think I had it on the. I think that was reverse. I had it on the forwards one. But yeah, nothing close to the shortcut that you do on that. Heart-shaped slick, except we forgot to add the slick. Riffo on strafe maps though. Oh. Oh no, it's broken. Nice find, whoever found that. I haven't seen the map before, so it could be Riffo, but yeah, whoever got that one, nice find. You can do that. And was it by accident? If you see this. I've had 2 world records on videos. I'm just not this good, and these records just keep getting better and better and better all the time. And especially right now, there's not a moment on the server where I'm both awake and someone who's way better than me isn't on, so I can't even find like a weak record from ages ago and go and beat it while nobody else is on, because while I'm doing that, you know, even if it takes me like an hour and a half, while I'm doing that, someone else will join and be better than me and be able to smash it and beat my record. It's rough. This is a tough map to get through because it doesn't quite work in this game. It's not quite the right speed for everything, but you can get through it. This start is mad. I can't do it. I do a decent start, but nowhere near the jump off the back thing. You have to be so careful to not touch anything, not overturn, not go too far off the edge when you're starting, because otherwise you'll start the timer. Not go too far round when you're going round, because otherwise you'll start the timer early. I think even not be too fast, because there's a down ramp to hit. I love non-solid rocks. At least they're not non-solid cylinders there. Cutting through that would have been a bit of a piss take. Ooh, beautiful. Very nicely done. This map's almost a choose your own adventure depending on how skilled you are in some parts. Like, do you take the big gap? Do you go round? And then, depending on which gap you choose, makes a better gap in other places. And that final jump's just absolutely mad. Only knocking 0.02 off PB. Ready to go straight away again because, oh, it wasn't the best run I could have got. That's an incredible start. Getting a, like, kind of a heels, I call it a heels double jump, where you're hitting with right at the back of the player model to get the double jump. Really precise and really impressive. AKA I can't do it. The start on this one's really difficult to get a good down ramp because the rock's on the bottom. It's almost luck, but not quite. It's one of those where the better you are, the more you'll get lucky kind of things. You make your own luck. But then even after, you've got to go super hard strafe. And really push on. And still make your own luck and get a bit lucky with how some of the down ramps are going to go. And just that all the spacing works out.
You suppress all of the thoughts in your head and say it's complicated. You hide your pain, but I can see it etched on your face. I know the feeling, swear you're okay, but you're barely breathing. Don't you walk away.
You could tell me this song was done by like a boy band, One Direction type band, GLS or something like that from 2010s-ish. I'd 100% believe you. You could almost get away with playing this on Kerrang.
Tell me what's been going on. Tell me what's been going on. I was so caught up thinking about myself, never took time to listen.
Ash maps are so good. They look good, they play good, they can be pushed to absolute insane limits. Phenomenal mapper. I find it so insane how people manage to hook onto that. I can't surf in this game, but I can't surf in any game. I suck at it in Counter-Strike as well. Didn't used to be bad in real life, but then stopped going to the seaside so often. And kind of became afraid of water after nearly drowning. And then I started sucking at it. But I could probably still skimboard pretty well. But that's more about figuring out the water depth, I find. My dad tried it one time and he was either way too deep or way too shallow. I couldn't really help because I was like, this is the exact depth that I would use. Kind of showed him. And he tried doing it and it was clearly too shallow because the weight difference. But it was hard to find the right one. I think his might have been his perfect sort of depth on the time he tried it might have been the exact breaking point of the waves. Kind of where they were lapping over each other and rolling back out and never had a consistent amount of, you know, like one side of the board would be too deep and one side's too shallow. So he might have just been screwed by that, and it might have just been the day. Whereas I tend to get quite lucky, I could do it in breakwater and in ponds and stuff. Well, not ponds, but like low flow rivers.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe.
Insane speed out of the start. Loses 1,000 off of a wall hit, but gets it straight back is insane. And again. It's just, it doesn't even feel like you slow down. You just have to look at the number and see that the 1,000 speed's been lost. Because it's just warp speed the entire way. So hard for your brain to take it in. That's where higher refresh rate monitors really like gain for DeFrag. Is for those insane speed bits. This will be a good record. Ooh, interesting. Oh, you only just make it, so it's not a route for everyone. Not a route for everyone. this. It's a hell of a jump over. Just a bit that I didn't know. That you go through there to get a boost, but yeah, going lower is better because you lose less speed. Going higher does finish you earlier. I love the styling on this, like the island and all of this. Rico Old Buildy. I had the 3rd place on this map. I did have 2nd and was going for 1st, and then Mui turned up. Exactly why I don't have world records. Yeah, Mui turned up and dominated my record. So after I'd had a chance at world record, and then all of a sudden I didn't have a chance at world record. And the worst part is he didn't even make it have particularly any extra points because he'd made he had boosted the like quality of the players on it, but he hadn't, because he'd then destroyed the world record. It made it less points full because it was now further away, kind of the top 10, whereas I was closing up the top 10. I've got to get on some of these more popular high points map leaderboards though, but I just haven't had a grind in me for a little bit, which sucks. I've been having fun playing other things, but I do want to come back to Xon, but I just can't find the grind. I probably just need to play no grind, just RR and just chill. Enjoy it. Then there'll be a map at some point that brings me back in. Claws me back and has me grinding it for a bit. And hey, maybe I'll get some points even in 20 minutes. It's possible. See if I play some after this. After this video's finished recording, we're through all the records. I have been, I don't know if you can tell, quite eepy while watching these. Glorious finish there. The absolute classic drop down, speed, bounce finish. Just looks so good. There's another map where I feel like something went down here that I should remember, but I just don't. Some of these could even be my own playing. That it's nothing to do with world records, and it's just my own having played them. I don't particularly recommend don't recommend this one either. It's just one of those maps, but I don't recognise having played it, but I might have joined it, tried. Sorry. I might have joined, tried, been unable to, and rage quit. There's a very good chance. Maps like that on relaxed running, it's like I will actually just rage quit them. Are you kidding me? I was playing this the other day. Actually, it might have been when Vert set this record, I believe it was. I didn't realise I could go faster if I just jumped straight into the fucking hole. and took the teleporter, and that would give me a decent spacing. I was struggling so hard with spacing to the double jump. And I just needed to go just a little bit faster. Oh, turns out that probably would have done it. I wouldn't have world recorded or anything, I would have just got a much nicer time. And I got some decent points off of it as well for a PB, so... might have to revisit it, hopefully it comes up at some point and I'll remember. I do have a disastrous memory for these types of routes and stuff, though. I have to watch, do, then watch really closely and figure out the exact landing. Done. Such a short map. It's just sections of that longer map. But one of the shortest of the sections of the longer maps sort of things. Oh, BF. Ah, there we go. I was gonna say not use. You pick up a BFG. You'd think you'd use it, but yeah, you pretty much have to get across there. Get the absolute big boost, more powerful than the rocket launcher, plus shoots really fast. This map is the tech of Xonotic. Like if Trackmania has tech and full speed and stuff like that, this is tech. Really nicely done. I saw Razju wanted to go for a sweep on playtest, but one of them, I think actually playtest 1, is a rocket launcher map. So he said he's not going for a sweep on them. He has a sweep except for the rocket launcher map. Or maps, I can't remember. Here he goes, playtest 2. Wait, what? He's gonna have to land. Oh my goodness. Wait. What? Oh, are you kidding me? And it extends underneath. That is brutal. That's brutal. You're just landing on the skybox. Check out Kota Slander on YouTube. It's linked in the Discord at the minute. Otherwise, search for Kota Slander, I think it is. Riffo saying Kota maps are absolutely shit until you play them enough, and then they become good. Which, yeah, they're really just weird and interesting maps, and the reason, like the biggest reason that I gave Kota the mapper of the year, yes, they're shit maps, but they're unique. Like, no one's making stuff like this in any game, and it uses Xonotic specific elements that can't be recreated in pretty much any other game, which is rare. Most other mappers, myself included, are making things that could be redone in other games. Like, even my bike track map, even though I'm using the right click of the Krylink pull, that could be recreated by just giving you the BFG anyway and sending you up. It's absolutely doable. It would change the map slightly, but a lot of things change maps between Quake 3 and Xonotic. Oh, that's really interesting. That's the first time, I don't know. I feel like that I've not seen that route before, to be honest. I feel like I've not seen that route. I think surely everyone goes over the top, even in Slick. Icky Slicky. this, I think, is the map that I learned about ramp bugs properly in. I kind of knew what they were because it's impossible to avoid them, but I think it's the one where someone really explained properly what it was. This map has some absolutely brutal sections in it for slick, where you've just got to go whoop and get a mega one off of that. Very nicely done. Load down, get the blaster off the wall over here and somehow find the finish. It's there somewhere. More bug W4. I think that's just taken a big chunk out of this record actually. Let's have a look. Bug dash W. Bug, not big. Okay, yeah, so Gibbs had the record at a 46.42, then Uchi took it with a 46.36, then Asdu with a 45.64, Uchi took it down to a 42, I think we saw the 45.64. Uchi then took it down to a 42 dead, Asdu took it to a 40.51, and then an hour later took it to a 39.85, which we have just watched. A very nice progression. This will be a different quick grass, thinking about it. Let's have a look. Cool quick grass. A lot of slick maps have been beaten this month. So twice on 5, both by straight. So Frosty took 9, and then all the cool quick grasses that got beaten this month have been on slick. Yeah, straight took back from Frosty on 9. Frosty took 11, 7, 3, 1, 4, 5, and 1. So Frosty took back 5 after straight had it twice. So, yeah. Frosty has dominated on slick over straight on the cool quick grass slicks, which is very impressive because straight normally absolutely wrecks, and I wouldn't have put Frosty down as like one of the absolute best slickers. I haven't heard that. Goblin comes with a reputation for having insane slick. Was that the end of it? Really? It was. Wow, that was a lot shorter than it seemed to be. Interesting. Okay, I did not expect that to end there. But yeah, there must have been a lot of shorter maps in the final sections. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone who smashed world records this month. It's been a phenomenal month. Hopefully we'll see you back next month for more amazing records. Thanks to all these people that have set records on the screen, 276 of them. That way. All the videos that we had, it was actually 262 videos because I added more after I took that picture and forgot to take a new picture. Same number of maps though, same number of total records, same number of players, because those were taken from the spreadsheet. Videos are just me putting a number in once I've made the playlist and whatever YouTube tells me. Thank you very, very much for watching. It has been wonderful. Set some records. I'm going to see if I can get some decent runs, whether they're world records or not. And yeah, I will see you next month. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you came over from Trackmania, damn, and you made it this far, that's incredible. If you did make it this far, subscribe, comment, all those things. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the server.